Welcome to this new series where we're going to tell you everything you need to know before coming to Thailand as an exchange student. We are going to cover subjects from finances, transportation to culture shock, like everything will come and we will discuss about it. In today's episode, we're going to talk about finances and cost of living. But first, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Xamaica. I'm from both the Netherlands and Thailand.
Hi, I'm Nate. I'm Dutch.
I'm Paula, I'm German.
And I'm Lisa, I'm from France. I'm Maud and I'm from France.
Okay. Our first question is, how much money do you need per month to live in Thailand?
I think, well, you have to say at least 1,000 euros per month, I would say. And that is, and that's for rent and then food. Approximately 15 euros a day for expenses. And then, you need a little bit more, but that is only for food and housing, I would say.
Yeah.
Like everyone agrees?
Yeah.
But then it's just trips that also come on top. So I would say if you go on a weekend trip, like 4 to 6 days, I think approximately roundabout, most of us here spend like 500 euros. If you go on a trip, especially outside of Thailand, if you're staying in Thailand, it can also be way cheaper because night trains or buses, for example, are of course way cheaper than flights somewhere else.
Yeah,
True.
that's true.
Yes.
Yeah, you would say that you need 1,000 at least, but that's only for surviving. And if you're going on an exchange there for a few months, then it will be a waste if you just survive and not do anything special.
Yeah, so it's like real the basic.
Yeah, that's like the surviving amount of money.
Yes.
It depends a bit on which housing situation you're also choosing. I think you can have a very good living standard with paying not too much, like between 200 and 300 euros per month. But some people chose to make use of, the fancy apartments in the nice districts here, and they end up spending a bit more. But then that's just a personal and subjective choice.
What are the biggest expenses you have? So is it house? Is it food? Is it transportation?
House. For me, the house. Yes.
The house.
Vacation. Vacation for sure. You don't.
If you travel, yes.
If you travel outside of Thailand, then there's just a hole in your hand, and money just disappears. So I would say definitely that. It was worth it most of the time, but that's one of the biggest expensive. Housing too. But I like if you will do one vacation or one trip every month, and some of these are a little bit longer than the other one. I went to China for 10 days, and then that can get a little bit more expensive than my rent. So that's probably the most expensive thing.
I agree.
Okay. Did you receive financial aid or scholarship for your exchange?
Not really.
No.
Not from friends.
No one. No one. You have?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I got the scholarship for 25.
But first come in.
Oh, sorry.
You can say.
Hi. A scholarship of depending on what you do from your uni, you should check it out really good because it can. Like I got 2,500 euros, so that's really nice to have here. And if I wouldn't have had it, then I would have not be able to go here off.
Yeah.
So check it out.
Wow, 2,500.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. How much does a typical meal cost in Thailand?
It's like
I would say about €2.20,
yeah.
80 baht. That's what you kind of want to aim for to spend. Some places can get a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
Overall, I'll probably spend about like 330, so 120 baht. But everything over 200, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's not necessary. You can get really good food for very cheap.
Yeah, it's
for like 50 baht.
Yeah.
You get good.
On campus, it's also always really cheap.
Yeah,
So you
that's
cover
true.
lunch.
Sure.
Yeah.
In the evening, you go oftentimes to street food stands with other exchange students, so that's also for cheap. And then people just decide to have something for breakfast at home, maybe, or just something on the go. Yeah. should be about it.
Yeah, eat at campus. It's delicious food and it's always cheaper. And like you can eat for cheaper than 80 baht for sure, but not every place sells it for that amount of money. Most of the time it's around 80 baht, I would say.
Yeah, I spend more. I spend more than you guys on food, I think. Like we are in kind of the neighborhood of the university is kind of richest neighborhood, so the prices are a bit higher. Like you can find street food. I think you are a bit more out of it. But I eat a lot at the Bantatong Street or at the Samyan Mall, and sometimes at the food stands. But mostly I am at least 150. I spend at least 150 for a meal most of the time. Not always. Not always, but most of the time. What are some ways you can save money during your stay?
Don't travel.
That's not a good recommendation.
That's not good. Yeah. So I don't know. Or maybe I should say in the house. Like if you want to save money, maybe you have to find low rent. Yeah.
And also don't use as much water and electricity.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, the electricity.
Yeah.
Like you have to save it. Yeah.
Utilities are always extra charge, and book your flights early in advance.
Yeah.
I waited too long, and then yeah, I think that way you can save a lot of money.
And maybe with transportation, but the most convenient way is to go by Grab, by Bolt, but it's not the cheapest way. Like you can go cheaper, but then it's like the weight of time and money, like what is worth more to you. You want to be fast, or you can take your time.
Yeah, for me, it's what I don't have is get yourself a credit card. I mean, that's the necessity. Overall, that is something that you will save a lot of money on without any effort. Paying for cash is always more expensive. Not just because you get it out of the ATM. If you get a credit card, especially one for Revolut, you virtually don't pay anything for taxes. Yeah. So definitely get, and on the long term, that will save you some money. Like it could, if you pay everything on credit card, let's hypothetically speaking, you could save yourself a few €100.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
I also know, like with credit card, some places charge you more on the bill, so 3 or 4% more because you're paying with credit card. So keep that in mind too. That's possible. Read it. Like read what's at the restaurant.
They always say it. Almost always say it.
That's good. That's good. Does anyone have any other tips, things we didn't cover that's really important to know about finances? No. And like you said, like if you're gonna go on trip, like the usual amount you spend is around €500.
Yeah,
right?
about that. More or less. But go €400 or €500. Also, it kind of depends on what kind of person you are. But if you go on a little trip/vacation, you don't really want to, count your coins and stuff. Which is understandable if you do. So I've been there. But let's say you aim for €500. There's always something that is way more expensive than you think. Even though if you go to a cheaper or like a more affordable country like Vietnam, which is overall less expensive. From all the people I've known who've been to Vietnam, they always say that they spend way more, a lot more than they thought they would. Yeah. Like something is more expensive.
No, because just keep a reserve.
Keep a reserve for sure.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for watching this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.